Hey beauties, good evening to you beautiful people. So beautiful people, I stopped at the supermarket to get just a few little things, a few little items. And I saw the star. I generally tend to buy the glitter, but every now and again, if I see a caption that just encapsulates my everything. When I say my everything, I'm talking about, it catches my attention and I feel moved by it. I said, you know what, let me just get it. I hope it's not a sensationalized, or hyperbolic, meaning they exaggerate the whole thing, and when you read it you say, really, this is so ridiculous, because media people sometimes are known for that. So it caught my attention and I said, all right, let me buy this star. So the caption is, Kartel fuels demand for orange, the orange bandana. So when I'm reading on it, one of the vendors said, the people them want the orange kerchief them. Some will buy the blue and the white because he does wear, him wear them too, which I've seen him in video them. But you see the orange, I eat them really wow, said the vendor located in the Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. The vendor, who is currently selling her handkerchiefs for $150 each, told the Weekend Star that this increase in the demand came days following the entertainer's release, because remember he had covered his head basically and up to his nose, and he had on the sunglasses. And then it went on, from the Dundu Road and walk out of prison with the orange kerchief pan him face. I eat the people them want. I'm reading it exactly as how it is stated here. It'll sell off the quickest, the vendor said. And you know what came to my mind? It's a message many years ago that the late great, the very esteemed, notable, venerable Dr. Myles Munroe, the greatest 21st century preacher. When I say preacher, I'm not talking in terms of his being verbose, in terms of, how a preacher's voice is. I'm talking about his knowledge, his wisdom, and understanding of the etymology, the word of God. And, that depth of understanding, he said, don't chase success, chase to be valuable. You see, once you're valuable, you charge anything. People ask you, what is your fee? He said Les Brown, they were speaking at a conference, and he asked Les Brown, how much you think I should charge for this 1.5 hour thing that I'm just getting into. Just getting into. And Les Brown said, how much do you think you're worth? He said, maybe about 4,000, 5,000 US dollars. We're talking, beautiful people. 4,000 for the hour or hour and a half. He said, that's all you think you're worth? Said, I'm just getting into business. It's not about what I think you're worth, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's an hour and a half. Him said, is that what you think you're worth? So he said, how much do you charge, Les? Said $25,000 starting price. Les Brown, who's a fantastic orator, fantastic motivational speaker. His voice is amazing, dramatic and wonderful, captivating. Said, you are better than me, Myles. If you charge less than I do, I'm ashamed of you. And he said, okay. After he did, he just wrote the contract, $25,000. Next day, they mailed the check. Back then, they mailed out the check to him for speaking for on the half. For anybody who listens to Dr. Myles Munroe, you understand what it doesn't matter. Once you put in his name and decide to put in, and you don't have to. Jesus. Sometimes when you're listening to him, you said it's impossible for all of this information to be in this man's brain. It's impossible. He made himself valuable. Do you see, my beautiful black people, my black brother, my black sister, why I beg us to read? Beg us to become wise, to become knowledgeable, and to understand. Because you have to have all three. All three are significant. You have to have the knowledge so that you can become wise, because if you don't know, you won't be wise. Yes, experiences bring knowledge. Your experiences bring your knowledge. But you need theoretical and practical. Read. He did that. He said, I don't want to misquote him. He either said he read 4 books per week or every other week. Something of the sort. But 4 books. A month can pass and at least 4 books aren't read by Dr. And it's not just some Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys or some comic thing. We're talking solid books that builds the mind. When you eat solid food every day. When I say solid, I don't mean like ground provisions only. Healthy foods. with all the nutrition that your body needs. And he reads that, and he said for 37 years, every year he read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Now you understand the magnitude of a man I'm talking about? The late and great and venerable Dr. Myles Munroe. And beautiful people, Vybz Kartel has epitomized that principle, that theory. I know I'm confident that this man is a reader. I don't have to hear it from anybody by how he speaks in terms of his knowledge. I'm not talking about him speaking refined. It's the lyrics that he spits just easily like that. Your vocabulary has to be wide. Yes, it's a gift, from God in terms of being good with writing and DJing and whatever it is. But it is enhanced through work, through reading, through study. And he had 13 years in that prison. I'm sure that he had a lot of time on his hands. The other day I hear him talking, and I mean, the man is just lyrical. He's just rhyming and right, just going on and on, and it's not like two little punch lines. They're really good. They're proper punch. I'm giving you some sucker punches, sort of a punch line. All of them just boof, 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 uppercut, boof, knocking you out, boof. So the man is a marketing genius. He's a brilliant man. He knows exactly what he's doing. And even with a Graves' disease, even with his condition, the man say, you know what? He's going to use his right in the beginning of his condition, while his condition is being treated, and I'm sure after, when he's in a better state, he's going to just market things, When Anthony Miller was interviewing him, so I love money, so when them call me, I'll take it. And then I guess the prices have to be right, and I can't blame the man. He's brilliant. I chuckled. I said to I knew it was coming, I knew it was coming. I suppose part and parcel why he hides it, because of the whole how it looks, the Graves' disease, it kind of make his face swollen and all of that. You can see the change is slow because maybe he's on medication in the interim, to get himself back to a sense of normality until he is fully, in the treatment. Because we saw where he was doing the whole thing and they put the things on him, and he says, he's beginning his thing. Marketing genius. He has made himself valuable. He has made himself valuable. And that is what people really need to do. I tell people, anything that you see in life, allow it to teach you lessons to make you better mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, educationally, socially. All the alleys. Vybz Kartel did that. Vybz Kartel, Adidja Palmer did that. Honestly, a brilliant guy. You don't have to like him. You can hate him with all your might, or you can love him with the depth of your soul. You have to agree that he's a marketing genius, and this is a brilliant guy. Brilliance is not by just how you speak, how you coin the words by sounding refined. That's a little part of it. There are people who sound refined and dunce gone to bed. And when I say dunce, I don't mean necessarily learning literacy. I'm talking about not being wise, don't have understanding, and have little knowledge. They just have the voice, of an orator, sounding nice and sounding wonderful. But in terms of hair, the knowledge is like this. You can barely see it. Whether you put on glasses, use a microscope or a telescope. Brilliant. And I knew it was going to go up. Sometimes I said to myself, I wonder if I have anything that I could have beg him to market for me. But marketing genius, well-read guy, solid. So I'm not surprised, when I saw this. I was just wondering, when was it coming in terms of the handkerchiefs? When was it coming? And it is a way how he markets them. Sometimes he doesn't have to say a word. He just makes it visible and it's on your mind. And you say, I want to get this. I saw Foota Hype speaking recently and had on shades and had on a black one. Where would he have gotten that idea? During the COVID, some people were covering their faces, but not most people didn't follow it. No, it's becoming more. People feel, the world boss doing it. Yeah, we know him have him thing, but world boss do it. So make we do it. Make we buy it. Get your handkerchiefs. And it kind of shields his face, if he has to walk in the sun and all of that. Take off some of that direct sunlight on from his face. Marketing. No, it's phenomenal. It is amazing. I'm laughing because I'm saying, wow. People, we need to make ourselves valuable. and then success and favor comes. Follow me.